Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back for another live episode of the Callous Mind Talking Head podcast, I guess. Today I'm talking politics and I'm talking about being careful of moderate campaigning politicians. So, the truth of today's political environment is that most people campaign as moderates and they govern as radicals, as you have seen by Joe Biden, because he promised to bring unity back to the United States, and he promised to be a president for everyone, and yada, yada, yada. And all he's subsequently done is created a 40-year high in inflation, dissolved the southern border, imported millions and millions of people, and here we are. So I want to talk specifically about the Arizona Senate race because that one would impact me. Arizona is where I live. State 48 is where I'm from, where I was born, where I was raised, where I currently live. With that being said, I think that Ruben Gallego is campaigning as a moderate. He's talking about border security and things of that nature. But the reality is, his time in the United States Congress, he has governed more closer to a radical than he has a moderate. So I would encourage everybody to go out and vote for Kari Lake, not because I believe that she's the greatest thing since sliced bread, but because I think that she's better than Ruben Gallego, because she's more honest and transparent than Ruben Gallego. And, all these politicians, they talk about, oh, I'm going to secure the border and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But the thing about it is Ruben Gallego has been in office, and I haven't heard him say a peep about Joe Biden allowing the border to be overrun. So what they say is money talks and BS walks. And I'm here to tell you that deeds over words. So if you were a border hawk, then you should have been a border hawk this whole time you've been in Congress, but you haven't been. You probably, and I believe you did, go against President Trump and his border wall, saying that it was, ridiculous and useless and unnecessary. But here we are. We've had over 10 million foreign nationals enter our country. And for what? For what? The reality is that these moderate campaigning politicians have governed like radicals and turned everything upside down, right? They're seemingly trying to destroy what we have here in the United States, and I don't know why, other than it must be on purpose, because the reality is I don't believe that anybody could be that incompetent and win an election. I mean, could they? Really? Could they be that incompetent and win a national election? Because they have the media on their side? Or, I mean, what is it? I just don't. And that's the other thing that kind of always leaves me scratching my head is, why is the media so in the pocket of the Democratic Party? I don't see what the benefit is to them. I mean, I honestly just don't get it. But on the political news front, I just saw this on X today. Breaking news: Maricopa County admits no chain of custody documents for November 8th, 2022 election. And that's crazy as hell. I mean, the fact that you have a county, probably the most populated county in the state of Arizona, admitting no chain of custody documents is absolutely insane. Now, there's this video here, which I will link to from the description of this particular YouTube video. This is a long video out here on X, man. I don't know how the hell they uploaded that thing to X with it being, it's saying like 17 hours and 49 minutes, which is, wow. It's a long damn video. You would have thought maybe they would have trimmed out the highlights or something, but Anyway, the link will be there to it if you want to go out and investigate it yourself. But really, the moral of the story is to be educated about who it is that you're voting for. Know why you're voting for them, not just because there's an R or a D next to their name, but know something about their policies. That's what I'm trying to encourage you all to do, because the reality is that I just don't want to see people make foolish mistakes at the ballot. And the truth is, we all pay the price if you're ignorant when you vote. If you don't know who you're voting for and you just vote because the news told you to vote that way, then you just make it worse for everybody. Because the thing about it is all those people who voted for Joe Biden have made life worse for Americans, whether it be 40-year high in inflation or high gas prices, the administration declaring war on the petroleum industry, the southern border being overrun and just, letting foreign nationals come in here and run amok and, take over apartment complexes in Aurora, Colorado, or, whatever. I mean, there's a serious problem here when your elected representatives seem to care more about foreign nationals than they do for U.S. citizens. So that's crazy as hell. I know that I'm not the only one that feels that way. But it's up to you guys who may or may not watch this video, but it's up to the public in general to A, know who they're voting for, know the policies of the person they are voting for, and let's get good people in these political offices who actually care about the American people. Because I got to tell you, just based on what I've seen, I just don't really feel like this particular Biden-Harris administration cares for the people of the United States. And if they do, and I'm wrong, you can tell me in the comment section below this video specifically a policy, what they did that showed that they cared about the people of the United States of America. Honestly. But chances are you're not going to be able to come up with one. Whether it's the terrible withdrawal from Afghanistan and 13 U.S. soldiers being killed, it's the inflation, it's the border, it's sprinkling all these foreign nationals in these different states throughout the United States. I mean, if there's a great policy that just knocked it out of the park for the American people, I'd love to hear what it was. I'd love to hear. I mean, let me know in the comment section below this video. Be sure to not just leave your opinion, but even copy and paste a link in there. Because I'd love to be challenged on my opinions, but my opinion, and based on what I've seen, tells me that these people don't give a flying rat's behind about any of us. Period. Full stop. So if I'm wrong, I'll gladly admit that I'm wrong, but I just don't think that I am. With that in mind, it's been nice to kind of get back to doing a live video. I wanted to come on here because this is the first time I've done one in probably a year or more. So I wanted to come on here and try to just kind of fill everything out again to see how the interface has changed or what's been changed or modified in any way. But that's it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And until I speak with you all again next week, please, please, please be good to yourselves and each other. And I'll talk to you all later. God bless.